Israel. It's your brother K. Judah.
Shalom, Israel. This is brother Moshe Ben Yahuda Israel, simply Akbin.
And me and my brother give all praise to the Most High Yah and faith in Yahshua HaMashiach. To our Israelite family worldwide, we say peace and blessings. I'm going to let my brother Moshe Ben go first, family, but I want to say salute to the family in the chat of the CUC and our Israelite family worldwide. Big salute. Talk to him, Mark.
Welcome to another live stream, Israel. This is your humble brother Moshe Ben. Got another lesson for y'all. Me and K. Judah going to bring forth a lesson through the power of the Most High in Christ on Ruth. You know, this has been a debatable matter in Israel, you know, over the course of the years in this walk that I've been. A lot of Israelites still want to debate the cause of Ruth. But here, today is a day of reckoning. Today is a day of reckoning. We're going to set the record straight.
That's
you know,
right.
Not by our van opinions. We're going to use the scriptures. We're going to always use the source, the word of the Most High, and we're going to use the maps. But the word is the source. So we got to use the word. And, you know, so by the end of this lesson, you know, we're going to, y'all all have a right to opinion, but we're going to use the truth with the scriptures.
Talk
to facts, because the facts always outweigh of opinion. You can have many opinions you want. We all got our opinions, but the truth will outweigh your opinions. But yeah, we're going to study this. We're going to show you the true lineage of Ruth. You know, who was she? Some say she was a Moabite. Some say she was an Israelite. Well, today we're going to find out who she really was through the power of the Most High's word, through his son, Yahshua HaMashiach, who the world calls Jesus Christ, which we know ain't no pale or feminine hippie. You know, I'm going to keep saying that. But welcome to the live stream, family. I pray all is well with y'all. I know we in a trying time, you know, we in the holiday season. I just pray that the Most High strengthen y'all. You know, I know some of y'all might be growing weary in the spirit. I'm talking to everybody, even if you're listening in the clouds. You don't give up, family, you know, because, you know, around this time, I know, you know, you in the truth. I'm just speaking, just say if you knew in the truth. Yeah, it's going to be trying on your spirit because you see your peers, they celebrating the holidays. You know, it looks like they doing good in life, but they are part of the world. The Most High took you out the world. The world love its own. Remember that. The world love its own. You of the world, but you're not of the world.
That's right.
But be strong, brothers and sisters. Don't walk out the faith, man, because a lot of people drop out the faith around this time. I mean, it's nothing but negative spirits. You know, it's just a bad time of the year, the holiday season. That's why I call it the most dreadful time of the year, the most stressful time of the year. Ain't nothing joyous around the holiday season. Ain't nothing joyous around the holiday season. It's just unclean spirits running rampant, man. This is Satan's playground. Satan likes to play hard around this time of the year. But that's enough. We're going to get to the lesson. I don't want to say too much because I'm going to save my energy for the lesson.
Like my brother Moshe Ben said, a lot of people believe she was a Moabite. Some believe that she was an Israelite. And one thing I noticed, that a lot of people go straight to root. They never go get the foundation of what happened before Ruth, what happened before the judges, what happened before Joshua. They go straight to Ruth and say she's a Moabite. But we're going to let God's word be true and everybody else a liar. Let's get it. All right, family, me and my brother are going to get right to the lesson. Get you a Bible, get you a pen, get you some index cards or a notepad, and write this down, family. So when you talking to your family members, you may be talking to other Israelites who will try to debate their cause with you. Because you have people say we don't supposed to debate. Man, we supposed to debate our cause, but it's supposed to be in a respectful way. Because when two people are saying something different, that means somebody's not telling the truth. Somebody is telling the truth according to the scriptures. If somebody said that she was a Moabite, they must prove that she was a Moabite. And if somebody's saying she was an Israelite, they must prove that she was an Israelite. So that's what me and my brother gonna do. So we're gonna go straight to Ruth chapter 1, verse 1. And I'm gonna let my beloved brother Moshe Ben start us off.
Ruth chapter 1, verse 1. Let's get it, family. We're going to the book of Ruth, chapter 1, verse 1, and it reads on this wise. Ruth, starting at verse 1, chapter 1, it reads, Now it came to pass in the days when the judges ruled that there was a famine in the land, and a certain man of Bethlehemjudah went to sojourn in the country of Moab, he and his wife and his 2 sons.
You got to read that one more time, brother. Read that again, Agbin, please.
Now it came to pass in the days when the judges ruled that there was a famine in the land, and a certain man of Bethlehem-Judah went to sojourn in the country of Moab, he and his wife and his 2 sons.
All right, family, look at this. We don't even have to open up windows no more. StreamYard, you're kind of doing good. Look at this, family. And tell me, can y'all see this? You see that, Agbin?
I see the picture.
This is the country in Texas. Now, I'm from the city, Houston, Texas. But if you go to the country, it's going to look like this. So that means that Naomi and her husband, who was from Bethlehem of Judah, and their 2 sons, because it was a famine in the land, they went to the country. Why, K. Judah? Why, Moshe Ben? Because, family, this is what the country looked like. Got a lot of greenery, a lot of vegetation, got a couple of streams and rivers. So they went to the country part of Moab. Agbin. Let's get the foundation of what happened and how they got into the country. Let's go to Numbers 21, Agbin. Numbers 21. Now remember, this is during the time of the judges. What was before the time of the judges? The book of Joshua. What came before Joshua? Deuteronomy. What before Deuteronomy? Numbers. See, they never go back to see what happened before you even get to the time of Ruth. So that's what we're going to do. Let's go to Numbers 21, Agbin. And your brother K. Judah is going to read 1 through 3. Numbers 21. And your brother K. Judah going to read 1 through 3. And it reads, And when King Herod, the Canaanite, was dwelt in the south, heard tell that Israel came by the way of the spies, then he fought against Israel and took some of them prisoners. And Israel vowed unto the Lord and said, If thou wilt indeed deliver this people into my hand, then I will utterly destroy their cities. And the Lord hearkened to the voice of Israel and delivered up the Canaanites. And they utterly destroyed them and their cities. And he called the name of that place Hormah. Hormah. But why would God let them take some of them prisoners, though? This relationship that you have with your power, Israel, why did God allow them to take some of the Israelites prisoners? It's always good to learn something on your way to learning something. Let's go to Numbers 14, Agbin, so we can see what happened for God to allow the Canaanites to fight against Israelites and take some of them. What did they do? Let's go to Numbers 14, Agbin, and you're going to read 1 through 3. Then I'll tell you when to skip down, my brother.
Numbers chapter 14, starting at verse 1, and it reads, And all the congregation lift up their voice and cried, and the people wept that night. And all the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron. And the whole congregation said unto them, What God that we had died in the land of Egypt, or what God we had died in this wilderness? And wherefore have the Lord brought us unto this land to fall by the sword, that our wives and our children shall be a prey? Were it not better for us to return into Egypt?
Jump down to verse 11, my brother.
Verse 11, family, verse 11, and it reads, And the Lord said unto Moses, How long will this people provoke me? And how long will it be ere they believe me? For all the signs which I have showed them
Jump down to verse 27 through 29.
Verse 27, and it reads, how long shall I bear with this evil congregation, which murmured against me? I have heard the murmurings of the children of Israel, which they murmured against me. Say unto them, as truly as I live, save the Lord, as ye have spoken in my ears, so will I do to you. Your carcasses shall fall in this wilderness, and all that were numbered of you, according to your whole number, from 20 years old, from 20 years old, from 20 years old and upward, which have murmured against me. Age of accountability, family. 20 years old is the age of accountability. So 20 years old, you mean you're legal according to the scriptures. Now that's we know right. This society is 21, but ain't no big difference, and just a year apart.
Now watch this. 39 through 45, so we can see why did God allow the Canaanites to fight against Israel and take some of them. You about to find out right now. 39 through 45, Agbin.
All right.
Watch this, family. Here you go.
Verse 39, family. Verse 39, and it reads, and Moses told these sayings unto all the children of Israel, and the people mourned greatly, and they rose up early in the morning and gat them up into the top of the mountain, saying, lo, we be here, and we go up unto the place which the Lord hath promised, for we have sinned. And Moses said, wherefore now do ye transgress the commandment of the Lord, but it shall not prosper. Go not up, for the Lord is not among you, that ye be not smitten before your enemies. For the Amalekites and the Canaanites are there.
2, there you go. Now you see, the Amalekites and the Canaanites are there. So now we understand better, Agbin, in Numbers 21, verse 1 through 3, that when the Canaanites fought against Israel, God warned them, don't go up. I'm not with you. Talk to them.
For the Amalekites and the Canaanites are there before you, and ye shall fall by the sword, because ye are turned away from the Lord. Therefore, the Lord will not be with you. But they presume to go up unto the hilltop. Nevertheless, the ark of the covenant of the Lord and Moses departed not out of the camp. Then the Amalekites came down, and the Canaanites which dwelt in that hill, and smote them and discomfort them, even unto Hormah.
Edify my.
So you see, they want to be hard-headed. They want to go trying to fight two opposing forces at once, and they got defeated. Moses warned them that the Lord wasn't with them, but no, they want to be hard. They say, we don't need the Lord. We're going to do what we want to do. But you see where they went. They went trying to fight the Canaanites on the hill, and they even went to Hormah. We just mentioned that, But yeah.
Write that down as a side note. What Moshe just said. Write that down, family. But on the map right here, where my little mouse is moving, they just got the short H-O-R. Now, this is going to be very important what we about to read. So please make sure, family, that you write down H-O-R-M-A-H, Hormah. Why? Watch this. Let's go. Because my brother Moshe just read that the reason why God allowed the Canaanites to whoop up on some of the Israelites and take some of them because they sinned against God. But you remember what they asked God. God, if you give these people into our hand, we gonna utterly destroy them. Did God hearken to them? Let's go back to Numbers 21. And I'm gonna read 1 through 4 again. And this time, I'm gonna tell you when I'm gonna skip down. Numbers 21. And your brother K. Judah gonna read 1 through 4. Then I'm gonna tell you when I'm gonna skip down. Numbers 21, verse 1 through 4. And it reads, and when King Herod the Canaanite was dwelt in the south, heard tell that Israel came by way of the spies, then he fought against Israel and took some of them prisoners. And Israel vowed a vow unto the Lord and said, if thou wilt indeed deliver this people into my hand, then I will utterly destroy their cities. And the Lord hearkened to the voice of Israel and delivered up the Canaanites, and they utterly destroyed them and their cities. And he called the name of that place Hormah. And they journeyed from Mount Hor. Look, family, they journeyed from Mount Hor. You see the little thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
My little cursor going right around it. I want you to pay attention. Look at all this yellow. It's telling you where they journey from. So make sure y'all pay attention to the yellow. Okay, let me keep it going. Verse 4. And they journeyed from Mount Hor by the way of the Red Sea to compass the land of Edom. Here go the land of Edom. You see them going around Edom, right? Here go Edom right here. They going by Edom. Okay, we got that. They going by Edom. To compass the land of Edom. And the souls of the people were much discouraged because of the way. Jump down to verse 11. Verse 11 through 13. Verse 11 through 13. And it reads, and they journeyed from Moabite and pitched at Ajebarim in the wilderness, which is before Moab. Here go Moab. Here we go. Now they journeying by Moab. Right here, where the little cursor moving. They journey by Moab. Okay, let me keep going. And they journeyed from Moabite and pitched at Ajebarim in the wilderness, which is before Moab, toward the sunrise. From thence they removed and pitched in the valley of Zer. From thence they removed and pitched on the other side of Arnan, which is in the wilderness. They're coming out of the coast of the Amorites. For Arnan is the border of Moab, between Moab and the Amorites. Why is this very important? I'm about to show you. Look at this. Your God is cold. But a lot of people just won't give him a chance. Your God is cold. Where that map at? I'm finna show you. Right here. Here you go. Look at this map. Tell me what you see. Tell me your God is not true. Here go the Arnan River right here, where my little cursor moving at. You see this little blue? This is the Arnan River. And God said this river divided Moab from the Amorites. Your God is not a liar, family. You see it right here. Here go the Arnan River. Here go the Moabites. Here go the Amorites. But this finna blow your mind. This is what it used to look like before the Ammonites took it. Tell me what you see.
I see though. It used to be all the Moabites territory. And I see the plains of Moab up there.
There you go. So you see it, family? That before the Amorites took it from the Moabites, this is what the land looked like. All this belonged to Moab. But then once the Amorites took it, it looked like this. Right there. The Amorites took it, this point, not the land below. This is what people getting confused at, Akben. This is the land of Moab at the bottom of the Arnan River. Right. This is the country part at the top. The plains of Moab is the country. How we know? Because Naomi and her husband, the Bethlehemite Judite, went up here, family, not down here, because God told Moses, I'm not giving you the land of Edom. Don't mess with them. I would not give you the land of Moab. Do not trouble them. You are not going to get the land of the Ammonites. Do not trouble them. But he never told them he would not give them the plains of Moab, which is the country. So now that we got that better understanding, family, let's keep it moving, Akben. Now watch this. Jump down to verse 20 through 26. And here you go. Here you go. Let me put the map back up there. Right here. Verse 20. And from Bamoth, write this down. Write down Bamoth. Put it as a side note. This is going to be very important through the lesson. Write down Bamoth. It's going to be very, very important, family. Please write it down. And from Bamoth in the valley, that is in the country of Moab, to the top of Pisgah, which looking towards Jeshimon. And Israel sent messengers unto Sihon, the king of the Amorites, saying, let us pass through thy land. We will not turn to the fields or into the vineyards. We will not drink of the waters of the well, but we will go along by the king's highway until we be past thy borders. Now look right here, family, please. You see this? What my little curse said? This is the king's highway. What you see right here. All Israel wanted to do is follow this little line with these little red dots. And they was going to go all the way through the king's highway. They was going to go around Jordan, and they was going to come to the land of Canaan. But God had other plans. God wanted to teach his people war and how to fight. So God allowed Sihon to come out and fight against them so he can do what? Give them the land of the Amorites who they took from Moabites. What did God say? The Amorite sins are not yet fulfilled. So God allowed Moses and them to go through the king's highway, and he came out and fought against them. So they did not get to go around the Jordan River to get to Canaan, because he came out against them and fought against them in the plains of Moab. Now watch this. Let's keep going. Verse 22. Let me pass through thy land. We will not turn into the fields or into the vineyards. We will not drink of the waters of the well, but we will go along by the king's highway until we be past our borders. And Sihon would not suffer Israel to pass through his borders. But Sihon gathered all his people together and went out against Israel into the wilderness. And he came to Jahaz and fought against Israel. Moshe, look at this map and tell me what y'all see, family. Where is it? Right here. Do y'all see Jahaz at the top right here with my curse at? You see it?
Yeah, I see Jahaz. Yeah.
Okay, do you see right here King Sihon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see at the bottom it say Moab right here?
Right. You see Moab at the bottom.
And what's dividing the land? Right here, the Arnon River. You see it?
I see, yep, the Arnon River. Yep, the Arnon River is in blue letters. Yep.
Your God is true, Israel. Your God is true. The only thing we have to study and seek. Because when you're reading about Ruth and what happened before Ruth, you got to get maps. You got to paint the picture. A picture speaks 1,000 words. So while you reading these scriptures to the people, it's good to get maps so they can follow along the route that they took. Now, here go Jahaz. This is where King Sihon fought against them. And that's why they put the red dot on the map, showing you that it is true. He came and fought against them. Verse 24, and Israel smote him with the edge of the sword and possessed the land from Arnon unto Jabbok, even unto the children of Ammon, for the border of the children of Ammon was strong. Verse 25, and Israel took all these cities, and Israel dwelt in all the cities of the Amorite, in Heshbon, and in all the villages thereof. For Heshbon was the city of Sihon, the king of the Amorites, who have fought against the former king of Moab, and taken all his land out of his hand, even unto Arnon. Moshe, we got to go back. You got to look at it again, family. Right here. This is how it used to look.
Mm-hmm.
This is how it used to look. And then the Amorites did this. This is what the Amorites did. Here you go. Here go the Amorites right there. They fought against the king of Moab and took it. Right here. And then something else happened. And this is what people get tripped up at. Now tell me what you see.
Israelite, it became Israelite territory. I see the plains of Moab is an Israelite territory, and you see the land of Moab at the bottom. And you see the Arnon River in the middle dividing it.
Tell me what else y'all see, family, that I told you to pay very close attention to. Right here. Do you not see the word Bamoth? B-A-M-O-T-H. You see it?
See it. Yep.
This is where Naomi and them came to dwell at. Not down here below the Arnon River, but above the Arnon River. So my question is this. If Moses and them took the land from the Amorites and dwelt in this land all the way through the Judges into the time of Ruth, how can Ruth be a Moabite? How? The Moabites never got this land back right here, this country. So you mean to tell me one Moabite out of all of them met Naomi and Boaz broke all type of laws sleeping with a heathen? That what y'all telling us? So Moab disregarded Deuteronomy 7, disregarded all the scriptures that we aren't supposed to mingle with the heathen, have children by the heathen, but God allowed this one Moabitess woman, to come into the seed line of Yahshua. That's what y'all telling us? This is Israelite territory, family. Now jump down to verse 29. Verse 29. And it reads, woe to thee, Moab, thou art undone, O people of Shamash. He hath given his sons that escape and his daughters into captivity unto Sihon, king of the Amorites. Now pay close attention. When Moses and them fought against the when Moses and them fought against the Amorites, they killed everything up here in the plains of Moab. They left nothing alive. Nothing alive. They never fought against them down here, because God told them, you are not getting Moab's land, Moses, or the Ammonites, or the Ammonites, or Edom. Don't bother them. Don't mess with them. Go around their land. But he never told them they couldn't get this land from the Amorites. And that's why you see on the map, it say Israelite territory.
Mm-hmm.
Anything, Moshe, I'm glad I see this. They go to the land of Canaan. See, they try to go through the King's Highway, go around Jordan River, and then look, they go to Jordan River, Akben, right here, by the land of Canaan. But God had other plans, family. He go Jericho. So God had other plans. Anything you want to say, Akben?
Also, Heshbon was the capital city for King Shihon. You see that too in the Israelite
right
territory.
Yeah, Heshbon, Thank you. There you go, right here. Yep.
So that's all in that Israelite territory. They took all that from the Ammonites. First, the Ammonites took it from the Moabites, and Israel took it from the Ammonites after they defeated King Shihon.
Talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Moshe ben Yehuda.
You see the Orpah River divided. Yeah, that Orpah River is important.
That's right. Here you go. Orpah River right here, dividing from Moab and the Amorites. Just like God said, right here. Here you go. Now, Moshe ben Yehuda, let's go to Numbers 22, and you're going to read 1 through 3.
All right. The book of Numbers, chapter 22, starting at verse 1, and it reads, and the children of Israel set forward and pitched in the plains of Moab.
Read that one more time for the people.
And the children of Israel set forward and pitched in the plains of Moab on this side, Jordan by Jericho. And Balak, the king of Shapor, saw all that Israel had done to the Amorites. And Moab was so afraid of
Hold up, something not right. If they killed all the Moabites, how was this king of Moab able to see what Moses and them did to the Amorites?
Right.
Because God never told Moses and them, you're going to mess with them down here, family. They are watching what Moses and them doing below the Orpah River, not above the Orpah River. That's why you still see Moab down here. It's not green, because Moses and them never took that land, because they kept God's commandments, not to meddle with the Moabites down here. That's why they watching what Moses and them doing from below, and they watching what they doing at the top. Talk to them, Mark.
Verse 3, and Moab was so afraid of the people because they were many, and Moab was distressed because of the children of Israel.
There you go. So do y'all see, family, that Moab at the bottom of the Orpah River is watching what Moses and them is doing. And they are afraid because Moses and them just destroyed the Amorites, who destroyed the king top before they took the land from the Amorites. So they watching all this. And that's why they wanted to curse Israel. Anything you want to say, Ak, before we continue? Talk to me.
Yes, sir. I see something. Okay. And you see when they said they was distressed, so you know there had to have been some beautiful land. The plains of Moab, there had to have been some green lands. I mean, fertile lands, because they were watching, they was distressed. And that could have been one of the reasons why they wanted to try to curse Israel, because they wanted their land back. Moab wanted them plains back. That was some good land. But too bad Israel took it.
Yep. There you go. That's what that's what the country looked like. That's why people like the country.
Right. That's right.
Now, Moshe ben Yehuda. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 2. And I'm going to read 31 through 34. This is what you have to do. You have to get the foundation. You can't just go to Ruth and then start talking about that woman, the Moabite. You got to get understanding of what happened way before you get to Ruth. Deuteronomy chapter 2. And your brother K. Judah going to read 31 through 34. Deuteronomy chapter 2. And your brother K. Judah going to read 31 through 34. And it reads, and the Lord said unto me, behold, I have begun to give Sihon and his land before thee, begin to possess it, that thou mayest inherit his land. Then Sihon came out against us, he and all his people, to fight at Jahaz. And the Lord our God delivered him before us, and we smote him and his sons and all his people. And we took all his cities at that time and utterly destroyed the men and the women and the little ones of every city. We left none to remain. So all the Moabites at the top of the plains of Moab was destroyed. Everything died at the top, not below. Everything died at the top, not below. Anything you want to add, Akben?
That's just confirming it again. They listened to the Most High. He told them to destroy the enemies in that territory, not at the bottom. You know, they had to follow orders, and they correctly followed the orders. It's a difference. It's the plains of Moab and the land of Moab. You see, remember that, family. Plains of Moab was above the Arnon River, and the land of Moab was at the bottom of the Arnon River.
Right here. That's right.
Remember that, family. That's the key thing to remember. That river.
That's right, Akben. Talk to him, Ak. Now, Moshe Ben, watch this. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 3, and my brother going to read 1 through 6, and I'm going to tell you when to skip down.
All righty.
Go over one book, family.
Deuteronomy chapter 3, starting at verse 1, and it reads, Then we turned and went up the way to Bashan, and Og, the king of Bashan, came out against us, he and all his people, to battle at Edrei. And the Lord said unto me, Fear him not, for I will deliver him and all his people and his land into thy hand, and thou shalt do unto him as thou didst unto Sihon, king of the Amorites, which dwelt at Heshbon. So the Lord our God delivered into our hands Og also, the king of Bashan, and all his people, and we smote him until none was left to him remaining. And we took all his cities at that time. There was not a city which we took not from them. 80 cities, all the region of Argob, the kingdom of Og in Bashan. All these cities were fenced with high walls, gates, and bars, besides unwalled towns, a great many. And we utterly destroyed them, as we did unto Sihon, king of Heshbon, utterly destroying the men, women, and children of every city.
Hey, that confirms it, right? That's out of the mouth of 2, right?
Right.
Now jump down to verse 8. Watch this.
Verse 8, and it reads on this wise. And we took at that time out of the hand of the 2 kings of the Amorites the land that was on this side Jordan, from the river of Arnon unto Mount Hermon.
There you go, family. So the Israelites took all the land from the Amorites, who took it from the former king, and Moses and them fought against them and took all the cities. They left nothing alive. They killed men, women, and children. So everything at the top of the plains of Moab belonged to the Israelites.
That's right.
It never went back into the hands of Moab. Never. It belonged to the Israelites. Moshe Ben. Now it's finna get very interesting, brother. Let's go to Numbers 22. And I'm going to read 3 through 6. And now the lesson about to get very interesting. Watch this. This is the book of Numbers 22. and verse 3 through 6. Numbers 22 and verse 3 through 6. And it reads, and Moab was so afraid of the people because they were many. And Moab was distressed because of the children of Israel. And Moab said unto the elders of Midian, now should this company lick up all that are round about us, as the ox licketh up the grass of the field. And Balak, the son of Zippor, was king of the Moabites at that time. Verse 5. And he sent messengers, therefore, unto Balaam, the son of Peor, to Pethro, which is by the river of the land of the children of his people, to call him, saying, behold, there is a people come out from Egypt. Behold, they cover the face of the earth, and they abide over against me. Oh, they abide over against me. What you mean against you? On the other side of the Arnon River. The Moabites below saw what was done above the Arnon River that divided the Amorites from the Moabites. The Arnon River divided it. So this confirms it again that he saw everything that was done below the Arnon River. Verse 6, come now, therefore, I pray thee, curse me as people, for they are too mighty for me. Peradventure, I shall prevail, that we may smite them, and that I may drive them out of the land. For I what? That whom thou blesses is blessed, and whom thou curses is cursed. So Moshe ben Yehuda, they came and tried to curse the children of Israel because they was afraid of what they have done to the Amorites. Anything you want to add, my beloved brother?
Exactly. You know, they wanted that land back, you know, and they was distressed. You know, the king of Moab in the land of Moab, people was stressed out, man. They wanted that land back, but no, they had to accept the truth that they lost the land. First, they lost it to the Amorites, and then the Most High fought with Israel to help Israel out, and they defeated the Amorites and took that the plans of Moab. Like I said, that land is important. And see, that's when most wars are fought over lands and resources. And like I said, the plans of Moab must have was a beautiful land. It had fertile land. It had resources. And that's what it was all about. You know, but too bad, too sad, man. They had to accept the fact it wasn't their land no more. But
that's right.
He's going to have to learn the hard way when he tried to curse Israel. He had to learn the hard way.
That's right, brother. Now, Moshe ben Yehuda, let's go, my brother, to Deuteronomy 23, and you're going to read 3 through 4. See, Moshe, the reason why I went back to Numbers 22 when they tried to curse the Israelites, because God said something about the Moabites and the Ammonites that a lot of men skip over to mingle their seed with the heathen.
Right.
Let's see what it is. I'll talk to him.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23, family. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23, verses 3 and 4. And it reads on this wise. An Ammonite, or Moabite, an Ammonite or Moabite shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord, either to their 10th generation shall they not enter into the congregation of the Lord forever.
How long is forever?
Man, forever. Whew, that's a long time, brother.
So how is Ruth the Moabite?
Exactly. That don't make any sense if they say, if the rule is forever and they say until the 10th generation, that had to have been a lot of generations. Verse 4. Verse 4. Because they met you not with bread and with water in the way when ye came forth out of Egypt, and because they hired against thee Balaam, the son of Beor, of Pethor, of Mesopotamia, to curse thee. So you see, that's the reason why the Moabites or Ammonites can't enter into the congregation, because Balaam, the son of Beor, he tried to curse Israel, and that made the Most High extremely mad. You know, because for those who curse Israel, they shall be cursed. But those who bless Israel will be blessed.
That's right, Agben. Talk to him. So, Moshe ben Yehuda, let's go to Numbers 32, and I'm going to read 1 through 7. Then I'll tell y'all, family, when I'm going to skip down. So far, family, do y'all understand that Moab never got the land back? Right. And this is way before we get to the judges. This is way before Joshua. This is way before the book of Ruth. They never got the land back. So my question is, how is they making Ruth a Moabite?
Exactly. When they say they can't enter into the congregation until the 10th generation, and that's forever. That stands forever.
Numbers 32. And your brother K. Judah gonna read 1 through 7. And then I'm gonna tell you when I'm gonna skip down, family. Numbers 32, verse 1 through 7. And it reads, now the children of Reuben and the children of Gad had very great multitude of cattle. And when they saw the land of Jazer and the land of Gilead, that behold, the place was a place for cattle. Hold up. Do that look like Reuben in the plains of Moab? Moshe Ben. Is this Reuben dwelling in the plains of Moab right here?
On the map, I see where it say plain of Moab. I see the land of Reuben. That's their territory they chose.
Do you see the word Bamat right here?
Yeah, I see the word Bamoth. Yeah.
Oh, sure. Moshe, this is very, very important because this is where Naomi and them came to dwell in the country. What they will make Ruth. The tribe of Reuben.
That's right.
The tribe of Reuben. But let's keep going, though. Let's prove it further. Verse 2. The children of Gad and the children of Reuben came and spake unto Moses and to Eleazar the priest and unto the princes of the congregation, saying, Ariat and Daban and Jazer and Nimrah and Hishbon and Eliel and Shabam and Nebo and beyond, even the country. God, you cold. Even the country, God, you cold. Even the country which the Lord smote before the congregation of Israel is a land for cattle, and thy servants have cattle. Wherefore said they, if we have found grace in thy sight, let this land be given unto thy servants for a possession, and bring us not over Jordan. And Moses said unto the children of Gad and to the children of Reuben, should your brethren go to war? And should ye sit here? And wherefore discourage ye the heart of the children of Israel from going over into the land which the Lord had given them? So look, Gad, Manasseh, and Reuben did not want to go over Jordan over here. They didn't want to go to the land of Canaan. So they told Moses, man, please don't make us go over the Jordan River. We will have our land on this side. Now remember, this is the same land that Reuben dwelling in that they took from the Amorites. Then you got Gad up here. Then you got Manasseh up here. You remember they fought against King Bashan at Edrei. That's where Manasseh dwelling at right here. Edrei, right here, where my cursor moving at. So God is not a liar. Whatever this Bible say, you just got to line it up. And if you can't line it up, humble yourself down and stop trying to argue all the time and just ask God for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, or go find somebody who do got the understanding and sit in the classroom and just listen. That's instead of talking out of turn all the time and yelling and screaming. So do y'all see that? That Reuben, Gad, and Manasseh, it is true that Moses gave them their land on this side Jordan to the east. But when Moses died, he go Mount Nebo. Moses had to look from Mount Nebo looking to the west. And he saw all this right here, the land of Canaan. But he could not cross over Jordan. But he saw it though, from Mount Nebo, which is the land of Reuben. Right here, Mount Nebo. This is where Moses went up to look at the land of Canaan on this side, looking west. You see that, Akben?
Yeah, I see Mount Nebo, yep, in the land of Reuben.
Right here, Mount Nebo. Now, family, jump down to verse 16 to 22. Verse 16 to 22. And it reads, and they came near unto him and said, we will build sheepfold here for our cattle and cities for our little ones. But we ourselves will go ready on before the children of Israel until we have brought them unto their place. And our little ones shall dwell in the fenced cities because of the inhabitants of the land. We will not return unto our houses until the children of Israel have inherited every man his inheritance. For we will not inherit with them on yonder side Jordan or forward, because our inheritance is fallen to us on this side Jordan eastward. And Moses said unto them, if you would do this thing, if you will go on before the Lord to war, and will go all of you armed over Jordan before the Lord, until he have driven out his enemies before him, and the land be subdued before the Lord. Then afterward you shall return and be guiltless before the Lord and before Israel, and this land shall be your possession before the Lord. Do y'all see that Moses is telling Reuben, Gad, and Manasseh, if you go armed and fight with your brethren, yes, you can have the land on this side Jordan to the east, and you can see that God's word is true. Because look at this map. Manasseh, Gad, and Reuben did have their possession on the other side of the Jordan River to the east.
Right. They're on the east side of the Jordan River.
They're on the east side. Now jump down, family, to verse 32 through 33. And it reads, we will pass over armed before the Lord into the land of Canaan, that the possessions of our inheritance on this side Jordan may be ours. And Moses gave unto them, even of the children of Gad, and of the children of Reuben, and unto the half tribe of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, the kingdom of Sihon, king of the Amorites, and the kingdom of Og, king of Bashan, the land with the cities thereof in the coast, even the cities of the country. Read that again, K. Judah. Of the country. One more time, K. Judah. Of the country round about. The country. Talk to him.
That's right. See the country. It didn't say the land, it said the country.
The country. The country, family. God's word is true. And Ruth is not no Moabite. We ain't even got to Ruth yet, and we didn't already prove to you that she not a Moabite without even going to Ruth.
That's right.
But let's go back to Ruth. Let's go to Ruth 1:1 again. Because something happened, Akben, that the Ammonites lied. They lied about something. And the Bible say prove all things. So let's go back to Ruth chapter 1, verse 1.
The book of Ruth, chapter 1, verse 1, and it reads, now it came to pass in the days when the judges ruled that there was a famine in the land, and a certain man of Bethlehemjudah went to sojourn in the country of Moab.
Hold up, Ak. Did not the Bible just say that Reuben, Gad, and Manasseh, Moses gave them the country or the plains of Moab, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did not Naomi and them go through the plains, meaning the country, right?
Mm-hmm.
They went to where Reuben is.
That's right, in Reuben territory.
There you go.
It'll say the land of Moab, but it say the country of Moab.
Talk to him.
The land of Moab. It say the country or the plains of Moab, which is established in Reuben territory. Right
here. Talk to him, my brother. Talk to him.
And it's green. Look how it's green. That just make you think that's farmland. That's, they say Reuben, they looking for a land for cattle. So the Reubenites, they probably would specialize in having cattle farms.
That's right. Now, Moshe Ben, the Ammonites, they lied, son. They lied about some Akben. And let's find out what they lied about. Let's go to Judges chapter 11, Ak. And you're going to read verse 1. Then I'll tell you when to skip down. Akben, they lied and said that we did something to them that we did not do, Ak. They lied. Let's see what they lied about.
All right, the book of Judges chapter 11. The book of Judges chapter 11, verse 1, starting at verse 1, and it reads, now Jephthah, the Gileadite, was a mighty man of valor, and he was the son of a harlot, and Gilead begot Jephthah.
Now watch this. Go to 4 through 6. 4 through 6.
Verses 4 through 6, family, and it reads, and it came to pass in a process of time that the children of Ammon made war against Israel. And it was so that when the children of Ammon made war against Israel, the elders of Gilead went to fetch Jephthah out of the land of Tob. And they said unto Jephthah, come and be our captain, that we might fight with the children of Ammon.
Oh, here you go. You ready? Jump down to verse 12 to 15 and listen to what Ammon finna say, y'all. Talk to him, Mark.
Verses 12 through 15, family, and it reads, and Jephthah sent messengers unto the king of the children of Ammon, saying, what hast thou do to with me? What hast thou to do with me, that thou art come against me to fight in my land? And the king of the children of Ammon answered unto the messengers of Jephthah, because Israel took away my land.
You see how they lying?
Yeah.
They never, look, Moshe, here go Ammon land on the outskirt right here.
Right.
It's not no color. It's not green, yellow, or red. So they lying.
Yeah, they lying, man.
Ain't nobody took their land because God already told Moses when they came out of Egypt, do not trouble the Ammonites.
That's right.
Do not trouble the Moabites. Do not trouble Edom. You're not going to get their land, Moses. So they hearkened to God and kept the commandment. That's why they went around the land of Edom, went around the land of Moab, and went around Ammon. They didn't take their land, but watch what they about to say. Watch this. Talk to them.
And the king of the children of Ammon answered unto the messengers of Jephthah, because Israel took away my land when they came up out of Egypt, from Arnon even unto Jabbok, and unto Jordan. Now therefore restore those lands again peacefully.
Y'all see that? You see how he lied though?
Yeah, he lying, man.
They never took the land, Akben. They never took the land from the Ammonites. They took, and look, he said you took away the land of Moab. The land of Moab don't belong to the Ammonites.
That's right.
So Moshe, what did he say to them? What did he say to them, Ak? Moshe, my beloved brother. Watch this, brother. Go to Deuteronomy chapter 2. And I'm going to read verse 9. Then Moshe, you go to Judges chapter 11 and one verse, verse 26. Let's show you how the Ammonites are liars. This is Deuteronomy. Chapter 2. And your brother K. Judah going to read verse 9. And my beloved brother Akben going to read Judges chapter 11 and one verse, verse 26. Let's show you how the Ammonites are liars. And they lying to Jephthah. This is Deuteronomy chapter 2 and verse 9. And it reads, and the Lord said unto me, distress not the Moabites, neither contend with them in battle, for I would not give thee of their land for a possession, because I have given unto the children of Lot for a possession. There you go. So God told Moses, do not mess with the Moabites, do not mess with the Ammonites, and do not mess with Edom. So Moses and them kept the commandment of God, and that's why when they started from Mount Hor, they went around Edom, around Moab, around Ammon, until they got to Jahaz. Well, seeing the king of Sihon came and fought against them. So the Ammonites, you're lying. How we know you lying? Go to Judges chapter 11, Moshe, and verse 26.
Judges chapter 11, verse 26, and it reads, while Israel dwelt in Heshbon and her towns, and in Orel and her towns, and in all the cities that be alone by the coasts of Arnon, 300 years.
How long? How long?
300 years. Why therefore did ye not recover them within that time?
You better edify them out.
Man, so they've been dwelling in those lands for over 300 years. They've been had established to that territory for 300 years. And he asked them, why has you trying to reclaim them within all those time? You know? Because they lied, man. They lied. Because you see, they listened to the Most High. They did not trifle with the Ammonite lands or the Moabite land. They only went conquer the lands that the Most High told them to conquer.
So Moshe, they dwelt in that land for 300 years.
Mm-hmm.
So how can Ruth be a Moabite and show me where God has ever given a book to a heathen?
Mm.
Everybody in this Bible are Israelites who got books named after them.
Right. That is a
So you
great
mean to
question.
tell me God gave one book to a heathen? One book to a heathen woman? Come on, y'all. Come on.
That makes sense. And they've
Come
been in
on.
there for 300 years. That wouldn't make sense if Ruth gonna be a Moabite.
Now let's go back to Ruth. And this time, chapter 1, and I'm gonna read verse 1 and 2. And Moshe, you get Numbers chapter 33 and verse 50. We almost done already, family. Me and my brother almost done already. Because look, we finna get to Ruth now. And now we finna really, really prove without a shadow of a doubt the scriptures y'all run to say she was a worshiping idols. Nuh-uh. Some you must understand, and God finna prove it to you. Ruth, chapter 1. And this time, verse 1 through 2. And it reads, now it came to pass in the days when the judges ruled, that there was a famine in the land, and a certain man of Bethlehemjudah went to sojourn in the country of Moab, he and his wife and his 2 sons. And the name of the man was Elimelech, and the name of his wife Naomi, and the name of his 2 sons Mahlon and Chilion, Ephrathites of Bethlehemjudah. And they came into the country of Moab and continued there. Read that out, Ben. 33 and verse 50. Numbers chapter 33 and verse 50, my beloved brother.
All right. Numbers chapter 33 and verse 50, and it reads on this wise. And the Lord spake unto Moses in the plains of Moab.
Hold up, man. What?
In the plains of Moab.
Okay.
By Jordan, near Jericho, saying.
So do you see that?
It said the plains of Moab.
He spoke to Moses in the plains of Moab. Moshe, the reason why I had you to read that, because that's showing you that they have possession of the land, brother.
Mm-hmm.
They in the land. They in the plains of Moab. As God is talking to Moses, Moses and them took the land from the Amorites, and they had that land all the way to the time of the judges, all the way to the time of Ruth. Moshe ben Yehuda. Let's go back to Numbers 21. And my beloved brother gonna pick it up at verse 10 through 13. Then I'll tell you when to skip down.
The book of Numbers, chapter 21, starting at verses 10. And it reads, Numbers 21, starting at verse 10. And it reads, and the children of Israel set forward in Pitch and Oboth, and they journeyed from Oboth and Pitch and Egypt shall be read in the wilderness which is before Moab, toward the sun rising. From thence they removed and pitched in the valley of Sarad. From thence they removed and pitched on the other side of Arnon, which is in the wilderness, that cometh out of the coasts of the Amorites. For Arnon is the border of Moab, between Moab and the Amorites.
Here it go, 17 through 20. Here it go. Listen, family.
Verse 17, and it reads, then Israel sang this song, spring up, O well, sing ye unto it. The princes digged the well, the nobles of the people digged it, by the direction of the lawgiver, with their staves. And from the wilderness they went to Mattanah, and from Mattanah to Nahalael, and from Nahalael to Bamoth.
Hold up. There go Bamoth again, I've been in the land of Reuben.
Right.
Okay, talk to him.
And from Bamoth in the valley that is in the country of Moab.
There you go. There you go, family.
Mm-hmm.
There you go, family. The Lord is proving to you that once Moses and them took possession of the land, Moab never got it back. So
That's
how
right.
did this one Moabite woman get into the land with all these Israelites?
Exactly. That doesn't make sense.
Anything you want to add, beloved brother?
I'm going to read it again. Verse 20 says, and from Bamoth in the valley that is in the country of Moab to the top of Pisgah, which looketh towards Jeshimon.
Oh, Moshe,
The
look,
country of Moab.
he go Pisgah, Mount Nebo and Pisgah. Look where my cursor moving at. He go
Yeah, I see
Pisgah
it
right
on the
here.
map. In the land of Reuben, right?
Right?
Yep. That's all
Absolutely.
in Reuben's territory, the land of Reuben territory.
There you go.
All those I just read in verse 20.
Here you go. Now, Moshe, watch this though. Let's prove to them that Moses died in the land of Moab. Let's go to Deuteronomy 34, and I'm gonna read verse 4 through 8, and then we finna really get down to the nitty-gritty with Ruth. Y'all see what we had to do just to prove that this woman wasn't no Moabite? We had to go through all that before we can really start digging into Ruth. And this what a lot of people don't do. They go straight to Ruth, 1 chapter 1. Oh, she a Moabite. Just because that's just like if somebody say, "K Judah, where you from?" Man, I'm from Texas. Oh, you a Texas nigga.
Yep, just like.
But I'm not really from Texas. I'm from Jerusalem.
That's right.
I'm from Zion, but they calling me according to the land in which I live. Moshe, where you from? He from Louisiana. Oh, you a Louisiana nigga.
Yep.
Now Moshe ben Yehuda. Deuteronomy. Watch this, family. 34, and I'm gonna read verse 4 through 8. And let's further prove that Moses Deuteronomy chapter 34, verse 4 through 8. And he reads, and the Lord said unto him, this is the land which I swear unto Abraham, unto Isaac, and unto Jacob, saying, I will give it unto thy seed. I have caused thee to see it with thy eyes, but thou shalt not go over thither. So Moses, the servant of the Lord, died there in the land of Moab, according to the word of the Lord. And he buried him in the valley in the land of Moab, over against Bet Peor. But no man knoweth of his sepulture unto this day. And Moses was 120 years old when he died. His eyes was not dim, nor his natural force abated. And the children of Israel wept for Moses in the plains of Moab. 30 days. So the days of weeping and mourning for Moses were ended. So Moses even died in the land of Moab, family, and he was buried there. Now, you know God is not going to allow his servant to be buried in the land that the Moabites going to be able to inherit again.
Right.
God don't get down like that. They never got the land back, family. That's what we showing you. They never got the land back, family. That is what me and Akben is showing you. Anything you want to add, beloved brother?
It just said, you just read, it buried them in the land of Moab, against Peor. And what I just want to touch base on, he lived to be 120 years old. And the Most High was with him. His eyes never dimmed. That means he probably could have still see 20/20 vision. He still could have get around, he still had his physical strength. That's to show you, man, back then, man, but you see, he was in tune with the Most High, and the Most High spirit, man. The Lord was dwelling in him. And he was righteous. That could have been us, but no, our wicked ancestors want to go the other way. They want to be buffoons.
Here go a better picture, Akben.
Bamoth, yeah, that's a good picture right there. Very great picture. I see Bamoth, I see Pisgah, Heshbon. That's all the territories they took. From because you see, remember when they said Heshbon, that was King Sihon's capital city.
That's right.
That was his capital city, but they took that from him.
And Moshe, he go to Ordinary River that divide the land of the Amorites from the Moabites below.
Yep.
Right here, Ordinary River.
That's an important river. Remember that, family, Ornon River. That river play a key part in this lesson.
Moshe, we almost done. Now, Moshe, let's go to Ruth. And this time you're going to read 1 through 7. Then I'll tell you when to skip down, because now we didn't prove, Moshe, without a shadow of a doubt, that it is impossible for her to be a Moabite. But Moshe, I know other scriptures that people run to. And this is why God say you got to prove all things and you have to seek. Because sometimes people be slick. So you got to know where they going to go, family, to counter them trying to be slick. And I'm finna show you what I'm talking about. Moshe, read Ruth chapter 1, verse 1 through 7. Watch this, family.
The book of Ruth, chapter 1, verses 1 through 7, and it reads on this wise, family. Now it came to pass in the days when the judges ruled that there was a famine in the land, and a certain man of Bethlehemjudah went to sojourn in the country of Moab, he and his wife and his 2 sons. And the name of the man was Elimelech. And the name of his wife Naomi, and the name of his 2 sons Mahlon and Chilion.
That's right.
Ephrathites of Bethlehemjudah. And they came into the country of Moab and continued there. And Elimelech, Naomi's husband, died, and she was left and her 2 sons. And they took them wives of the women of Moab.
Hold up, brother. Why it did not say the daughters of Moab?
Right, it should have said the daughters of Moab. It said the women of Moab.
Let's prove it. Check this out, family. The Bible say prove everything, right? Watch this. Let me bring it in closer. This is the Strong's. H4124. When I looked up Moab, it say a son of Lot by his eldest daughter. The nation descended from the son of Lot. The land inhabited by the descendants of the son of Lot. Now watch this. Watch this. Now look at this one. Now this is Strong's H4125. Moabite. From father, what father? A citizen of Moab. They never called them daughters, called them women. And we know without a shadow of a doubt, it's an inhabitant of the land of Moab. So you got to figure out which one was Ruth. Was she a citizen of the plains of Moab, or was she a descendant? Because if she was descendant, God would have said, and they took them wives of the daughters of Moab. But he said the women.
Right.
Something to pay attention to. Talk to them, Mark.
And they took them wives of the women of Moab. The name of the one was Orpah, and the name of the other Ruth. Okay. And they dwelled there about 10 years. And Mahlon and Chilion died also, both of them. And the woman was left of her 2 sons and her husband. Then she arose with her daughters-in-law, that she might return from the country of Moab.
Hold on, whoa. The what?
From the country of Moab.
That's the land where Reuben dwelling at.
Right.
Talk to him.
For she had heard in the country of Moab how that the Lord hath visited his people and given them bread.
Talk to him.
Wherefore she went forth out of the place where she was, and her 2 daughters-in-law with her, and they went on the way to return unto the land of Judah.
Jump down to verse 10 through 11. Watch this, Akben.
Verse 10, and it reads.
Watch this, family.
Verse 10, family. And they said unto her, surely we will return with thee unto thy people.
Stop, Akben. Watch this. CK Judah, she said, we will return to thee with thy people, Naomi. But it's something that you must understand. And I'm about to show you. Moshe. On this side to the east was Reuben, Gad, and Manasseh, right?
Right.
Ruth don't know everybody on this side, Jordan family. They're just like, I don't know nobody in Philadelphia just because they look like me. If I go to Louisiana with Akben, I am a stranger to his family.
Right.
Until they get to know me. So when Ruth say thy people, Ruth is telling Naomi, I'm going with you and your people. Why? Because Ruth don't know the people on this side. We don't all know each other. Y'all really believe because 12 tribes was dwelling in the land, they all knew each other. No. It don't work like that. So of course she gonna tell her, your people gonna be my people. Because I don't know your people, Naomi. Just because we all Israelites don't mean we all know each other, family.
That's right.
So you can look at the map and see the Jordan River divided all the tribes on this side from Reuben, Gad, and Manasseh, right here. So Naomi about to go back to this side of Jordan in her own land, which is Jerusalem. And Ruth was about to go with her. And she said, your people, my people, return with thee unto thy people. Because Ruth didn't know her people.
Mm-hmm.
Moshe Ben, verse 11 on them, my brother.
And Naomi said, turn again, my daughters. Why will ye go with me? Are there yet any more sons in my womb, that they may be your husbands?
Now jump down to verse 14 to 15, and this is what they say she was worshiping God. Watch this.
Verse 14, family. And it reads, and they lift up their voice and wept again. And Orpah kissed her mother-in-law, but Ruth clave unto her, as she said, behold, thy sister-in-law is gone back unto her people, and unto her gods return thou.
Stop right there. Hold up. Unto her what?
And unto her gods.
Oh, they got us out, pagan deities.
Yeah, they thinking that's talking about, they got us, man.
Moshe, when did this take place in the time of the what?
The judges.
Okay, let's see. This is Strong's H430. I couldn't screenshot everything, but this is Elohim. What does it say at the top, Akben? Talk to me.
Okay, you see, it's
what do God
say plural. It say rulers, judges. That's what it said. Number A. I mean, letter A, rulers or judges. B, divine ones. C, angels, and D, gods.
So time out. In the scriptures, did not God tell us Israelites we should not revolve the gods of our people? Did not he tell us to set up judges over us? So
right.
When she told her, go unto her gods, your sisters return unto her gods, your sisters return unto her judges, man, or her rulers, not pagan deities. How we know that, Akben? Because Moses and them gave the land to Reuben, Gad, and Manasseh, and they was dwelling in that land for 300 years. So the root, this is not talking about no pagan deities. Judges mean Elohim. Elohim mean rulers or judges, divine ones, angels or gods. They are gods,
different meanings.
Judges, ruling over the people. Read that one more time, verse 15, because this is not talking about no pagan deities.
And she said, behold, thy sister-in-law is going back unto her people and unto her gods. Return thou after thy sister-in-law.
Now watch this, Akben. Anything you want to say before we move on?
So you see the gods is talking. You see it's in the little G too, by the way. It's in the little G. It's talking about judges, you know, rulers. Because when you go to court, these judges in the court, they wear the robes. They got a god, they got a god complex, a lot of them, you know, because they figure, oh, I'm a judge, I determine your fate, which is true. They determine your fate. If you commit a crime, your fate is in the hand of a judge.
Right.
So they're playing like a little god, you know, with a little G, because they're not the God Almighty, but they got that God complex.
Now let's prove that Israel did forsake God. So a lot of people think, oh man, they was in idolatry, which they was, but not Ruth, because Ruth happened during the time of the judges, and we know judges mean gods, rulers, or judges. So let's go to Judges chapter 2. Judges. Chapter 2. And your brother K. Judah going to pick it up at verse 1 through 3. Judges chapter 2, verse 1 through 3. And it reads, and an angel of the Lord came from Gilgad to Bacchum and said, I made you go up out of Egypt, and I brought you unto the land which I swore unto your fathers. And I said, I will never break my covenant with you, and you should make no league with the inhabitants of this land. You should throw down their altars, but you have not obeyed my voice. Why have you done this? Wherefore, I also said, I will not drive them out from before you, but they should be as thorns in your sides, and their guards shall be a snare unto you. Now jump down to verse 6 to 13. 6 through 13. And it reads, and when Joshua have let the people go, the children of Israel went every man unto his possession to possess the land. And the people served the Lord all the days of Joshua, and all the days of the elders that outlived Joshua, who have seen all the great works of the Lord that he did for Israel. And Joshua, the son of Nun, the servant of the Lord, died, being 110 years old. And they buried him in the border of his inheritance in Tanat, Ears, in the mount of Ephraim, on the north side of the hill Gaz. And also all that generation were gathered unto their fathers. And there arose another generation after them, which knew not the Lord, nor yet the works which he hath done for Israel. And the children of Israel did even the sight of the Lord, and served Balaam. And they forsook the Lord God of their fathers, who brought them out of the land of Egypt, and followed of the gods of the people that were round about them. And they bowed themselves unto them, and provoked the Lord to anger. Now I want you to know, during the time of the judges, before you get the root, all the Israelites are now in their possession. All the tribes are now in their possession. So when you read about Ruth going back to her gods, how can Ruth go back to her gods when her God is the God of Israel? Because they dwelt in the land for 300 years. So you mean to tell me one Moabite who was worshiping pagan deities got into the congregation of the Lord? You remember he said they cannot come into his congregation. So how did Ruth get into the congregation? Things to think about, family. Anything you want to add, beloved brother?
Let's continue.
Moshe ben Yehuda, let's go back to Ruth.
All right.
And this time, chapter 1 and 15 through 16.
Ruth chapter 1, verses 15 and 16. And it reads, and she said, behold, thy sister-in-law is going back unto her people and unto her gods. Return thou after thy sister-in-law. And Ruth said, entreat me not to leave thee, or to return from following after thee. For whither thou goest, I will go. And where thou lodgest, I will lodge. Thy people shall be my people, and thy God, my God.
Watch this. Moshe ben Yehuda, before you say something, my brother, a lot of people believe this pagan deities, but me and you know that this is the time of the judges, right?
Right.
So when she said, and thy God, my God, meaning your judge, my judge.
Right.
Your judge, my judge. Your ruler, my ruler. How we know this what she talking about? But first, let's prove this. Let me show y'all something, family. The Lord is about proving everything, so I want to show you something. Now look at this, Ogben. Can you see this, my brother?
It says the italicized words in the KJV Bible.
Now I'm gonna read this. It says the italicized words in the King James Bible are words that were added by the translators to help the readers. This is usually necessary when translated from one language to another, because words, meaning, and idioms change. So to produce a more readable translation, the King James translators from 1604 through 1611 added certain words to the Bible text. However, to make sure that everyone understood that these words were not in the available manuscripts, they set them in italics. Imagine the confusion which will arise if the translators have not used italicized words. For instance, salvation unto the Lord, thy blessing be upon thy people. Now I'm going to read it without the italic word. This is Psalms 3, verse 8, with one italicized word omitted. As you can see, the reading implies that the Lord needs to be saved. The correct reading is salvation belongeth unto the Lord, thy blessings be upon thy people. How we know? Because when Ruth said, thy people shall be my people, but they are the same people. So it should have read, thy people, my people. Not your people shall be my people, thy people, my people, because they are the same people. So people would get tripped up with that word saying, and thy people shall be my people. Family, They are the same people. How we know that? Because Moab and nobody else ever took the land from the children of Israel in the plains of Moab. Anything you want to add, beloved brother?
I'm glad you edified us with the italicized words. Yeah, because that's that the words in italics that probably wasn't in the original manuscript. But yeah, when you say that, she wasn't no Moabite. She couldn't be. It was impossible, because if the story take place in the land of Reuben, in Reuben's territory, she had to have been of the seed of Israel.
That's right.
You can't get around it.
Can't get
It
around
wouldn't make any sense. One Moabite woman dwelling in the land of Israelites, she'd have, they would have known she would have been different. She'd have stuck out like a sore thumb, even though it was melanated people. But even though, because in the Old Testament, the majority of the Israelites, they dwell amongst, Hamitic nations and other probably dark-skinned Shemitic nations. But they knew the difference of the nations, because it was about nations. And they had different customs and beliefs.
Absolutely, my brother. And Moshe ben Yehuda. Now, this finna knock it out the park. Let's go to Exodus 22, my beloved brother. You're going to read only verse 28.
All right, the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 28. And it reads, right. Thou shalt not revile the gods, nor curse the ruler of thy people.
Read that one more time, my brother.
Thou shalt not revile the gods, nor curse the ruler of thy people.
One more time, my brother.
Thou shalt not revile the gods, nor curse the ruler of thy people.
Did he call them gods?
Yep.
Edify my.
And you see, he ain't talking about no pagan. He's talking about the rulers like judges, kings, lords, It's in the little g. It's not talking about, it's talking about, the rulers, because, you had the judges. You had the kings, the lawmen, even the lawmen back in those times. Do not revile them. Respect their law because they bring forth the law of the Most High in Christ.
That's right.
They're the lawmakers. They uphold the Torah. You got to respect those who bring forth the Torah, which is the judges. They were supposed to be righteous rulers. It said, thou shalt not revile them, do not mock them, respect them, nor curse the ruler of thy people.
There you go. Moshe, we only got 3 more scriptures. We only got 3 more. So this is Ruth chapter 2. And your brother K. Judah going to read 1 through 12. Then I'll tell y'all when I'm going to skip down. Me and my brother only got 2 more scriptures after what I'm about to read. We only got 2 more. So this is Ruth chapter 2. And your brother K. Judah is going to pick it up at verse 1 through 12. And it reads, and Naomi had a kinsman of her husband, a mighty man of wealth, of the family of Elimelech, and his name was Boaz. And Ruth the Moabitess said unto Naomi, let me now go to the field and glean ears of corn after him, in whose sight I shall find grace. And she said unto her, go, my daughter. And she went and came and gleaned in the field after the reapers. And her hap was to light on a part of the field belonging unto Boaz, who was of the kindred of Elimelech. And behold, Boaz came from Bethlehem and said unto the reapers, the Lord be with you. And they answered him, the Lord bless thee. Then said Boaz unto his servants that was set over the reapers, whose damsel is this? And the servant that was set over the reapers answered and said, it is the Moabitess damsel that came back with Naomi out of the country of Moab. Now we know, Moshe, it was not no Moabites in that land. But they still calling her after the land.
Right.
Watch this, Moshe. Verse 7. And she said, I pray you, let me glean and gather after the reapers among the sheaves. So she came, and I have continued even from the morning unto now, that she tarried a little in the house. Then said Boaz unto Ruth, hearest thou not, my daughter? Go not to glean in another field, neither go from hence, but abide here fast by my maidens. Let thy eyes be on the field that thou do reap, and go thou after them. I have not charged the young men that they should not touch thee. And when thou art athirst, go unto the vessel, and drink of that which the young men have drawn. Then she fell on her face and bowed herself to the ground and said unto him, why have I found grace in thy eyes, that thou shouldest take knowledge of me, seeing I am a stranger? Agben, if I come to your house right now and you bring me to meet your family, just because me and you both Israelites, I am a stranger.
That's correct.
Who is this stranger in the bed? Oh, that's my brother K. Judah. Y'all just brought him over to, spend the night. Okay. Nice to meet you, young man. They don't know me. Boaz did not know Ruth on the other side of Jordan. So y'all believe that all 12 tribes, when they was in their lands, they all knew each other? Come on, family. Impossible.
They all had their own lands. They had their own affairs to tend to manage those lands. They didn't even met each other, man. All 12 tribes had their own territories. They wasn't going, even if they come together for the feast days, they still ain't going to meet each other. That's a lot of people.
That's right. Now, Moshe, this is where a lot of people get tripped up too. Watch this, verse 11. And Boaz answered and said unto her, if it have fully been showed me all that thou hast done unto thy mother-in-law since the death of thy husband, and how thou hast left thy father and thy mother and the land of thy nativity. Now somebody gonna say, see, it's Moab. But you remember when God was telling the children of Israel, your father was an Amorite and your mother a Hittite of the land of thy nativity. Why did he say that? Because we dwelt in the land of the Amorites and took it from them and dwelt in that land, and God called it the land of our nativity. Come on, family, get that knowledge. Let me keep it going now. Art thou coming to a people which thou knewest not heretofore? The Lord recompense thy work, and a full reward be given thee of the Lord God of Israel, under whose wings thou art come to trust. Now watch this. Jump down to verse 20, Agben. Are y'all ready for this? Verse 20. Listen closely. I'm going to read it slow. And Naomi said unto her daughter-in-law, blessed be he of the Lord, who have not left off his kindness to the living and to the dead. And Naomi said unto her, the man is near of kin unto us. She didn't say he's near to kin unto me. She said he is near unto kin unto us. Naomi already knew what Ruth was. She was dwelling in the land of Reuben with Ruth when they left Bethlehemjudah to go to the country. That was nothing but Reubenites. She was a Reubenite of the tribe of Reuben. And Boaz is not about to break the law to mess with a Moabite.
Right.
When we know that 20,000 died for committing a whoredom with the Moabites, when God told Moses, hang them in the sun. Hang them for bringing the Moabitish women, daughters of Moab, and committed whoredoms with them and worship their gods. They should not come into the congregation to their 10th generation forever. So who is this woman who was in the country of Moab? None other than a Reubenite of the tribe of Reuben. Let me read that again, because she said, this man is near to kin unto us. The man is near of kin unto us. One of our next kinsmen. Come on, family. Understand what was brought forth to you. That Ruth, it is impossible for her to be a Moabite by blood when Moab never recovered the land. Agben, anything you want to add before we read the last two scriptures, my brother?
Yeah, if she would have been a Moabite, it said Ruth the Moabite, but it said Moabitess, meaning, she's just a Reubenite dwelling in the country of Moab.
That's it. That's it. That's it, my brother. Paul was a citizen of Rome, but he was not a Roman.
Right.
Paul was not a Roman by blood, but Paul say, I am a man of no means, a citizen of Rome, a man of Rome. But Paul was from the tribe of Benjamin. What about the eunuch who was under Candace, queen of Ethiopia? When Philip ran unto him and said, understandest thou what thou readest? Why did God send Philip to that chariot to talk to that young man? Because he was an Israelite. He just dwelt in that land.
Mm-hmm.
And we know during the time of Pentecost, Israel came from every nation under heaven.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Cappadocia, Rome, strangers of Rome, proselytes. They came from everywhere, family. So they was called after the land in which they lived. Did not they say, we hear everybody speaking in a language and where we was born at, the wonderful works of God. But we know they was our Israelites. Get that knowledge. Akben. Let's go to Ruth chapter 3, and you're going to read 1 through 12. Then I'll tell you when to skip down. And we have one more scripture after this.
Ruth chapter 3, starting at verse 1, and it reads, Then Naomi, her mother-in-law, said unto her, My daughter, shall I not seek rest for thee, that it may be well with thee? And now is not Boaz of our kindred, with whose maidens thou was.
Did you just hear that? Of our kindred.
Kindred, y'all. Key word, y'all, kindred. With whose maidens thou was. Behold, he winnoweth barely tonight in the threshing floor. Wash thyself, therefore, and anoint thee, and put thy raiment upon thee, and get thee down to the floor. But make not thyself known unto the man, until he shall have done eating and drinking. And it shall be, when he lieth down, that thou shalt mark the place where he shall lie, and thou shalt go in and uncover his feet, and lay thee down, and he will tell thee what thou shalt do. And she said unto her, All that thou sayest unto me, I will do. And she went down unto the floor, and did according to all that her mother-in-law bade her. And when Boaz has eaten and drunk, and his heart was merry, he was feeling good like a Hebrew should, family. Just have to throw that out there. He went to lie down at the end of the heap of corn, and she came softly and uncovered his feet and laid her down. And it came to pass at midnight that the man was afraid and turned himself, and behold, a woman lay at his feet. And he said, Who art thou? And she answered, I am Ruth, thy handmaid. Spread therefore thy skirt over thy handmaid, for thou art a near kinsman.
Read that again, bruh.
I am Ruth, thy handmaid. Spread therefore thy skirt over thy handmaid, for thou art a near kinsman.
Come on, man. If she was another nation, she wouldn't say that.
Right? She wouldn't say that. So she had to have been of the same nation, you know.
Talk
she
to
couldn't
him.
be a Moabite.
Talk to him. Huh?
And he said, Blessed be thou of the Lord, my daughter, for thou hast shown more kindness in the latter end than at the beginning, inasmuch as thou followest not young men, whether poor or rich. And now, my daughter, fear not, I will do to thee all that thou requirest, for all the city of my people do know that thou art a virtuous woman.
Can somebody tell me in the Bible what God ever called a heathen a virtuous woman?
I can't find that. So she had to have been of the seed of Israel. They called her, this Ruth was a virtuous woman, y'all. Ruth was a virtuous woman.
Can somebody please show me and my brother Akben in the Bible where the Lord has ever called a woman of another nationality a virtuous woman? Show me in the Bible where he have ever given a book to a woman outside of the nation of Israel. Anybody, any book, just show it to me. I'll shut the whole live down right now. Show me what God ever used somebody of another nation to prophesy, to write a book. Come on, family. He gave this woman a book. He gave this woman about 4 or 5 chapters of a book too.
Right? That's right.
Talk to him, Mark.
And now it is true that I am thy near kinsman. There go that word again, kinsman.
There you go. Talk to him, Mark Ben.
And now it is true that I am thy near kinsman. Howbeit, there is a kinsman nearer than I.
Mark Ben, watch this. 14 through 18, and we got one more scripture after this. Talk to him, Mark.
Verse 14, family, and it reads, and she lay at his feet until the morning, and she rose up before one could know another. And he said, let it not be known that a woman came into the floor. Also he said, bring the veil that thou hast upon thee, and hold it. And when she held it, he measured 6 measures of barley, and laid it on her. And she went into the city. And when she came to her mother-in-law, she said, who art thou, my daughter? And she told her all that the man had done to her. And she said, these 6 measures of barley gave he me, for he said to me, go not empty unto thy mother-in-law. Then said she, sit still, my daughter, until thou know how the matter will fall. For the man will not be in rest until he have finished the thing this day.
Yeah, Moshe edifying my brother.
So you see, when I was reading all this, man, she was confirming that she was a near kinsman to Boaz. You know, she had to have been of the same nation, which is the nation of Israel. She couldn't be no Moabite.
No, man. No.
Then they said, then Boaz said, this is a virtuous woman. He wasn't
Right.
saying about no Moabite, when we know the Moabites was the enemies of the Israelites, man.
That's right.
You know,
absolutely.
They was one of the big enemies for Israel. You know, the Canaanites, the Moabites, the Ammonites, they was big enemies for Israel, man. Come on now.
That's right, my
Ruth
brother.
is a Moabite. When she doing all these, when she carried herself like a virtuous woman, man, she had a modest mindset. She wasn't no heathen, man. She wasn't no of another nationality. Because if she would have been a Moabite, she would have probably tried to put a curse on Boaz. She probably would have been a witch, trying to seduce him and do all kind of.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying, brother.
Boaz.
You're
She
not
was trying to
lying.
assassinate Boaz, man. If she'd have been a Moabite or another nation.
So Moshe, you ready for me to take him home?
Take him home, bro. Let's take him
this
home.
This is Ruth chapter 4. And your brother K. Judah gonna read 1 through 13. Then I'll tell you when I'm gonna skip down. Family, me and my brother Moshe ben Yehuda, through the Spirit of the Lord, we did our job. We proved without a shadow of a doubt that it is impossible for this woman to be a Moabite. Now, you can have your own opinion. You can say, I still believe she was a Moabite. Hey, I don't got no dog in this fight. All me and my brother was here to do is lay out the information. It's for you to decide whether this woman was an Israelite with what we bought for it, or if you still believe she was a Moabite. Hey, it is what it is. But me and my brother proved that it is impossible for this woman to be a Moabite. Ruth chapter 4 and verse 1 through 13, and it reads, then went Boaz up to the gate and set him down there. And behold, the kinsman of whom Boaz spake came by, unto whom he said, ho, such a one, turn aside, sit down here. And he turned aside and sat down. And he took 10 men of the elders of the city and said, sit ye down here. And they sat down. And he said unto the kinsman, Naomi, that is come again out of the country of Moab, selling a parcel of land, which was our brother Elimelech. And I thought to advertise thee, saying, buy it before the inhabitants and before the elders of my people. If thou would redeem it, redeem it. But if thou would not redeem it, then tell me, that I may know. For there is none to redeem it besides thee, and I am after thee. And he said, I will redeem it. Then said Boaz, what day thou buyest the field of the hand of Naomi, thou must buy also it also of Ruth, the Moabitess, the wife of the dead, to raise up the name of the dead upon his inheritance. Whoa, hold up. That was only given to Israelites, Moshe, to raise up the name of the dead of his inheritance.
Right. Mm-hmm.
We could not go outside of our tribe to raise up our brother or near kinsmen's children. It had to be of the same tribe, and it had to come from Israelites to raise up seed unto your brother who died. So how can a Moabitish woman do that? That is not according to the law.
Correct.
Verse 6. And the kinsman said, I cannot redeem it for myself, lest I mar my own inheritance. Redeem thou my right to thyself, for I cannot redeem it. Now this was the manner in former times in Israel concerning redeeming and concerning changing. For to confirm all things, a man plucked off his shoe and gave it to his neighbor. And this was a testimony in Israel. Did y'all hear that? This is actually a law. When a brother did not want to raise up seed unto his brother's wife, he took off his shoe, she slapped or spit in his face, and said, this man did not want to raise up seed unto his brother. Now, how can a Moabitish woman fulfill this law? How can a Moabitish woman fulfill this law according to the scriptures?
Exactly. When the law wasn't given to them, the law was given to Israel.
Talk to me, my brother. Verse 8. Therefore the kinsman said unto Boaz, buy it for thee. So he drew off his shoe. And Boaz said unto the elders and unto all the people, ye are witnesses this day, that I have bought all that was Elimelech, and all that was Chilions and Mahlons of the hand of Naomi. Moreover, Ruth the Moabite, the wife of Mahlon, have I purchased to be my wife. Now, you mean to tell me he doing this in front of all the elders, and nobody stopped him to say, whoa, hold up. Boy, you don't supposed to marry this woman. This woman ain't no Israelite.
Exactly. They're the correct one.
You can't raise up no seed unto the dead. This is a Moabite woman. But nobody didn't say nothing because they knew that this woman was not a Moabite. Things to think about, family. Food for thought. Anything you want to add before I continue reading? I can talk to
you know, he went up to the elders. The elders would have checked on. They'd be like, "You can't do that bullshit. She a daughter of Moab." You know how the Most High feel about the Moabites. They'd have shut them down. They'd have shut them down. But that should be a clue that Ruth wasn't no Moabite. You know, she was an Israelite woman. You know, of the tribe of Reuben, dwelling in the plains of Moab. You know,
that's right, brother. That's right, my brother. This is the middle of verse 10. I purchased to be my wife, to raise up the name of the dead upon his inheritance, that the name of the dead be not cut off from among his brethren, and from the gate of his place. Ye are witnesses this day. We can really close the book right now. This was really a law in Israel that Boaz is telling you in front of the elders, I am going to raise up seed with Ruth, so her dead husband's name don't be cut off from his tribe.
Right.
Verse 11. And all the people that were in the gate and the elders said, we are witnesses. The Lord make the woman that is come in thy house like Rachel and like Leah. Hold up. Rachel and Leah is the mother of majority of the tribes of Israel.
That's right.
So you mean to tell me they are saying, let this woman be like them? Now, why would they say that if this was a heathen?
Exactly. Come on now. They pitting Ruth on the same level as Rachel and Leah.
Talk to me, Ogden.
Come on now, man. The foremothers, two foremothers of the 12 tribes of Israel.
Talk to me, Ogden.
So that should be another sign that Ruth is not no Moabite.
That's
you
right.
You gotta read that's why you gotta examine the word, man. People, they just want to jump to conclusions.
Now let me ask you this, Ogden. Majority of the people you hear about Ruth, do they go from chapter 1 all the way to the chapter 4? Nope.
Nope.
We went through the whole chapter, right, and broke it down piece by piece, right?
That's right. We carefully examine it.
That's right, brother. Now, Moshe, this is the middle of verse 11. It say, the Lord make the woman that is coming to thy house like Rachel and Leah, which two did build the house of Israel. And do thou workly in Ephrathiah, and be famous in Bethlehem. And let thy house be like the house of Perez, whom tomorrow back unto Judah, of the seed which the Lord should give thee of this young woman. So Boaz took Ruth, and she was his wife. And when he went in unto her, the Lord gave her conception, and she bare a son. So you mean to tell me God is going to allow this woman to get pregnant? So God is breaking his own protocol to allow a man of Israel to bring forth a child from a heathen woman, and he's raising up seed unto the dead.
It would have been a mamzer child.
Would have been a bastard.
Right.
Jump down to verse 16 through 22. And here go another food for thought. If Christ came through a pure-blooded if Christ came through a pure bloodline, how can Ruth be a Moabite? That would have marred his bloodline.
Yeah, that's true. It would have spoiled his bloodline, correct. It wouldn't have been a pure bloodline.
Nope.
And we understand that Christ is the unblemished lamb, right?
Talk
He
to
would
me.
have been blemished. If Ruth would have been a Moabite and she would have inserted her bloodline into that Israelite, it'd have been tainted. He wouldn't have been blemished. He would have been blemished. The lamb would have been blemished.
And
He's the
y'all go ahead.
unblemished lamb.
And y'all go ahead out there and try to say, well, you are the seed of your father. Well, first of all, when the daughters came to Moses and said, man, our father is dead and we don't got our inheritance. What did the Lord tell Moses to tell them daughters? Tell them they speak right, but they cannot go outside their tribe.
Right.
So you mean to tell me we don't supposed to go outside our tribe, but God allowed Boaz to marry a heathen woman? And we can't even go outside our own tribe, but Boaz can marry a heathen. Food for thought, man. Verse 16. And Naomi took the child and laid it in her bosom and became nurse unto it. And the woman, her neighbors, gave it a name, saying, there's a son born to Naomi. And they called his name Obed. He is the father of Jesse, the father of David. Now these are the generation of Pharez. Pharez begot Hezron, and Hezron begot Ram, and Ram begot Aminadab, and Aminadab begot Nahshon, and Nahshon begot Solomon, and Solomon begot Salmon, and Salmon begot Boaz, and Boaz begot Obed, and Obed begot Jesse, and Jesse begot David. So God was very careful with the bloodline. Right. He made sure that everybody who came through that tribe of Judah bloodline with Christ, he did not allow it to be tainted. So that's the lesson that me and my brother Moshe Ben Yehuda proved without a shadow of a doubt. We went from precept to precept, line to line. We even went from Ruth chapter 1 all the way to the last chapter. We carefully examined it. We used the maps. We showed you the routes and the directions and how first it was all the plains of Moab, and then the Ammonites took it, and then Moses and them took it. It became the Israelite territory. So we proved it, family, without a shadow of a doubt. And Ben, thank you for swinging the sword with your brother K. Judah. Always.
You're welcome, brother. You're welcome. Anytime. All praises to the Most High.
All praises to the Most High.
King Yeshua HaMashiach, you know, who the world calls Jesus Christ. We brought the record straight. Now, family, you should be able to understand. Re-listen to the rebroadcast if you have to. You know, because this just set the record straight, man. Ruth ain't no Moabite, man. She's an Israelite, you know.
That's right, my brother. Do anybody have any questions? Man, 184 comments, Lord Jesus.
Woo!
Do anybody have any questions? That what me and my brother just brought forth. And guess what, family? If y'all disagree, it's cool. No hard feelings, man, because look, we all don't know everything.
That's
all I'm saying is this. If me and Moshe bring out something that God has given us understanding for, try to understand what we have been given to understand instead of kicking against it before you understand. So do anybody have any questions that what me and my brother Moshe Ben Yehuda just brought forth? Anybody? Before we get off this panel, me and my brother want to know, do anybody have any questions before me and my brother get off this panel? And I want to know, and I want to let the Israelites worldwide know. It should be no more debate after this, what this woman was. That woman was from the tribe of Judah. I mean, look at Satan. I rebuke that. She was from the tribe of Reuben. She was a Reubenite. Because Naomi and them went to dwell in the land where Reuben was. Not Gad, not Manasseh, but where Reuben was in the plains of Moab. So I thank you, Mosiah, for giving me and Moshe Ben Yehuda the understanding, the knowledge, and the common sense, Father, to put this together, to edify your sheep, that they can know without a shadow of a doubt that you would never, absolutely never use a heathen to bring forth nothing. Talk to him, Mark.
And that's right. Just like when you was just reading the last chapter, Kid Judah, They was giving all kind of clues. Come on now. He put them on the same level with Rachel and Leah. That can't be no Moabite. I'm sorry, family.
No, bro.
That can't. The Most High won't do that. When will the Most High put a non-Israelite on the same level as his people?
That's right, bro. That's right.
And also remember, family, like when you showed the maps, Kid Judah, the Arnon River, below the Arnon River was the territory of the Moabites, and above the Arnon River was Reuben's territory, where the country of Moab was.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Remember that, family. The Arnon River, it had divided lands.
Right here.
And you see, you got Heshbon. That's was King Shihon's territory.
That's right.
They took all that. You got Mount Nebo, Pisgah, Bamoth.
Right here.
Yep.
That's right.
So remember that, family,
And Moses died in the plains of Moab, because here go Mount Nebo. When God told Moses, go up on the Mount Nebo and look at the land over here on this side. Here go the Jordan River. So Moses looked at all the land of Canaan from Mount Nebo, looking west. Because you remember, Reuben and them had their land on the east. Moses looking west at the land of Canaan, but he could not cross over Jordan River. So this is the truth, and God is the truth, and Yahshua is the truth, and his word is the truth, and we brought forth the truth.
Yeah, sister, all y'all's children asked you a question earlier. I think she was asking about why people believe that the Moabites and Ammonites is the Japanese and Ammonites, Asians. A lot of counts believe that.
All of y'all's children, the Moabites and the Ammonites never left the east. They never left the east. They still in the land. Now, one of my brothers from the UK gave me some information, and he showed me the Moabites. And man, I got to do a little bit more studying on it, but I'm telling you, he's equipped with knowledge. And he showed me how they look, and they not no Japanese and Chinese family at all. At all. So now all of y'all's children, whoever's saying that, they just want them heathens. They just want to bring forth them biracial babies. And I don't got nothing against biracial babies, but I got to be honest. A lot of men want Ruth to be a Moabite to give them a reason to marry heathen women. Now, they always say, what about Moses, though? Moshe, they always say, what about Moses, though? Well, let's use common sense. When Moses left the land of Egypt and he went to the land of Midian, right?
Right.
What other women was around for Moses to marry? No Israelite women.
It was so Midian.
And guess what? That was before the law. Moses did that before the law, when God say, hey, don't take none of these women. Don't give your sons to their daughters. Don't give your daughters to their son. That was way before the law. Once the law came, I don't see Moses marry no heathen. So all I'm saying is that biracial people, you can still serve the Lord. Look, we not saying none of that. So don't think we one of them Israelite groups who dislike biracial people. All we saying is, according to the Bible, we don't supposed to be mixing our seed. The same way the Chinese and Japanese, they don't really mix their seed. They stay within their own.
They can't stand each other. The Koreans and the Japanese, man, they still beef until this day. They can't stand. They get offended when you call one the other. If you call a Japanese person Chinese, they will get mad at you. If you call a Chinese person a Japanese or Korean, they're gonna get offended.
Absolutely, Mouse. Absolutely, they black. That's what the pictures my brother showed me. But I'm gonna just hold on to the pictures so I can do a little bit more investigation. But yes, the Moabites are not no Chinese and no Japanese.
No,
they still,
man,
still melanated. Still melanated.
Oh man, because they got a different spirit anyway. The Asians, they carry themselves different. They on that weirdo stuff, especially them Japs, man. They on that weird stuff. Yeah,
that's right. You ain't lying. So anything that anybody else want to ask? If not, Moshe Ben Yehuda, go ahead and talk that talk. Say what you want to say before we shut it down, my beloved brother.
All right. All praise to the Most High. Long live King Christ, man. I appreciate you having me on the panel, swinging the sword with you, man.
That's right, my brother. Always.
I love you, my brother in Christ.
I love you too. I love you too, my brother.
May the Most High bless you and your household and keep the hedge protection around y'all during this time. That goes for y'all too in the chat, man. I love y'all in the chat family with the pure heart, man. Thank y'all for listening. I pray that y'all got some understanding. Yeah, that's right. Down there, it's most. Yeah, that's that young brother, I think. Down there,
Yeah, yeah, it is. It is
yeah.
right
Oh yeah,
there.
I grew up on anime too, young brother.
Yep.
That's why I say when them Asians was talking about it, we mistreating Asians, man, they better not put me on the news because I'll be like, man, y'all lie. We've been supporting y'all since y'all brought games over here, Nintendo and all that.
I know,
Yeah,
for real.
but
Yeah, straight
yeah,
up.
young brother, man, stay on the path. I know you're a young Ak man. You know, it's good to see young brothers and sisters serving the Most High or trying to get on the straight. Now I know it's not an easy walk. It's
Right.
not an easy walk, but hey, stay on the path, young man. You know, rock with the Most High in Christ, and they're gonna fight for you, man. But yeah, salute to brother Naja Johnson. Big salute to Sister Eve, August Dreams.
That's right.
Be safe on the road, Sister Oracle 007.
That's
She
right,
mentioned she
Arthur.
was on the
Be
road
safe,
on
sister. Be
I-20.
safe.
You know,
That's
oh
right.
yeah, because just be careful. You gotta watch out for the buffoons on the road.
That's right.
Oh
That's
yeah,
right.
you know. Big salute to Master Moshe. Big salute to Brother Ariel. Last seconds, man. Thank you for posting the scriptures in the chat room, Brother
Appreciate it every
Ariel.
year, my brother. Appreciate it.
That's right. Warrior, y'all, man. That's a warrior for the Most High. He go hard
Sure
in the paint
live.
for this truth.
It sure
You know,
is.
he tell it how it is. That's one thing
That's
about
right.
our brother Ariel. He tell it how it is. He don't hold his tongue for nobody.
That's
You know.
right.
Big salute to Sister B, Sparrow Talk, and
There
shout
go
out
my
to Brother
sister. There go
Jules.
my sister Bees.
That's
There
right.
go my sister right there, family. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Big salute to you, Brother Mario. Yeah, Fate Warrior.
Mario, big salute, my brother. Big salute to Mario. Big salute, brother. Oh,
Oh
he
yeah.
say Moshe. He say what is the next topic? To be honest with you, brother, what me and Moshe do is that we just move by the spirit. So whatever's going on with our people or whatever topic, we always think about it and say, hey, bro, what you think our people need to hear this week?
Right.
And then me and Moshe just be like, okay, they need to hear this. So not too long ago, I did the cup of the Lord. And that was the lesson our people needed to hear because the time we living in. We should drink the cup of the Lord. We're going to be persecuted for the truth. But this
That's
week,
right.
me and my brother did Ruth the Moabite. And next week, we don't know what we're going to do because we just move day by day. So we just let God just, we be so blessed to make it to see another day.
That's
And
right.
then we'll just, move from day to day. But we just want to thank all y'all for being here, family. We want to thank the worldwide family, the nation of Israel as a whole, even the Gentiles who are sincere and really trying to learn about truth. Even the Israelites who disagree with us, man, there's no hard feelings, man. Like, please don't come on our channel being disrespectful.
That's
If
right.
you
That's the whole
disagree with
thing.
me and my brother, all you got to do is say, I respectfully disagree. But why do y'all got to come on other men's channels being disrespectful because we brought something out you disagree with? Just don't be disrespectful, man. That's all we ask. That's all we ask.
That's right. We supposed to all be adults here, right? We got to carry ourselves with respect. You treat others how you want to be treated, but you got a lot of buffoons out there. They forget where they come from. They just want to, talk to people any kind of way because they on the internet, man. You gotta treat others how you want to be treated, man. If you have a disagreement, just say I respectfully disagree. Don't mouth off at somebody, man. Or call somebody out their name, man, because you're making yourself look like you make yourself look like a buffoon at the end of the day. Straight up.
Sure do.
You make
You ain't lying
yourself look
about
like
that.
a fool at the end of the day, man. A buffoon, a big buffoon. You're supposed to know better. And it said you got people way older than us be acting like that in
I
this
know,
walk.
huh? For real, bro.
They've been in the so-called walk for what? 30, 40, 50 years, and they still buffooning. They supposed to be correcting us. They're supposed to be showing us the right way. But no, man, they stuck in their wicked ways. And that's sad. They better repent, man, while they still have breath in their nostrils, man. They better repent.
Man, hey, I don't know. I'm going to just say this before we get out of here, Moshe. Whatever you do, family, please take this advice. Because I'm telling y'all, I have been empowered. I did something in my life that was hard for me to do. And I have became weak just to be strong. I have became weak just to be strong. And people that come to our chat box and they don't be right, family, and the Lord be revealing certain things in the spirit, I didn't had to reach out to people and tell them from this day forward, I'm just moving on with the family I've been knowing off of YouTube. And the reason why I'm doing that, family, because that keeps a lot of confusion down. That keeps a lot of confusion down, family. Somebody want to slander you, take the high road. Don't even argue with them. Man, I'm telling you, we're being empowered, family. Man, you will be empowered. Just go ahead and be weak. Be weak. Just so you can be strong. Because that's when you're really strong. When you take the high road, something you ain't never did before, and you just don't say nothing but take it, man, that make you strong, bro. Because then you say, I can do it again and again and again. Do not cause offenses. Woe unto them who cause offenses. They shall come, but woe unto them that cause them, family. God is serious about that. That's why you don't never see nobody go and make no video about me and Moshe being talking about we slander them. When have somebody ever made a video about us, Ox, saying we be slandering them? When, Ox, been? Never.
I don't see it. I don't see nobody. I don't see, we stay in our lane. That's how it's supposed to be. We stay in our lane. When these drama-seeking Israelites that want to expose and slander people, no. Because we already know the majority of Israel, they love drama and buffoonery. So, and you got a lot of people that's in this movement or walk, they want to sow discord, especially if they rival camps or rival congregations, or if they used to fellowship one of each other, they keep making videos back and forth. Nah, man, grown men not supposed to handle themselves like that, making videos back and forth, like what you see in the other sectors of YouTube. When these brothers be going back and forth making videos, nah, man, it's wasting time and energy.
Yeah, family, but I'm just giving y'all that advice because I'm telling y'all. Talk to my sister Bees, and she told me something that was correct, family. And I needed that correction. One thing about us, man, we talk to each other off a line, family. See, this not just no YouTube stuff. And we coming on here talking about I love you and I love you. No, we actually check on each other for real. We text each other every morning. I tell all my family, good morning, have a blessed day. Because I don't want this to just be some fake YouTube stuff, but the only time we talk is when we get on the panel. That's not keeping it 100, man. Check on your people, man. Make sure they good. You never know what somebody going through. And that came from Brother Ariel when me and him was like, we all need each other phone numbers. I'm telling you, family. So I thank everybody, family. Don't get caught up in going back and forth. Now, somebody might say, K. Judah, you go back and forth, time out. Hold up. If somebody disrespect Big Brother Yahshua and the Most High Yah and me and Moshe do a video against that, we riding for the Lord. We not just getting on the panel, just attacking people. When the attacks come, we respond. We don't supposed to respond as men. We don't supposed to respond as men. Now, I understand we got to choose our fights. But if somebody just being so disrespectful, I'm going to respond. Just like the Mexican dude came over here, he ain't been back. Because sometimes you got to respond, family, to let it be known that you ain't dealing with no suckers, boy. You ain't dealing with no weak Israelites.
That is true.
You know, so don't be coming over here just thinking we're going to always say, oh, we just going to give it to the Lord. None of our forefathers was weak, man. They were soldiers, warriors. They'll go upside your head, too. Ask Nehemiah when he was hitting them upside their head. So, man, me and my brother just want to thank everybody, family. We love all of the CUC family. Thank y'all for participating in this beautiful lesson that the Lord brought forth through the spirit of his son. And he gave it to me and Akben. Anything else you want to say, Akben?
Family, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. I know we're about to approach the Shabbat in a few hours, or for some is a few hours, some is an hour, man. Y'all have a blessed and restful Shabbat, man. All praise to the Most High. He got us through another week, man, because it's been a busy week. I know it's been a busy week for every last one of y'all.
Right.
And then, like I say, y'all stay girded up in the spirit, man, because we in the most dreadful time of the year. Don't believe the hype of these deceptive Christmas songs. Is the dreadful time of the year. A lot of people are stressed out around this time of the year. Straight up.
Absolutely.
So we got to stay in the spirit, man. Stay grounded in the faith. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off of here, man. You have a blessed Shabbat, K. Judah. Thank you for having me on the panel, man. All praise to the Most High, long live King Christ, man. I'm about to jump off of here and probably get me some rest.
I love you. I love you with the pure heart, Ak. You already know that. Thank you for swinging the sword with me, man, for us to edify the body. And that's And that's me and your job, to continue to edify the body, that our people may wake up to truth and stop hearkening to lies. And that's why they call us the cleanup crew. I salute you, brother.
Big salute.
In the words of my beloved sister August Dreams of the CUC, the one and only August. Thank y'all for coming to the Lion's Den. Let's get it.
Day. I am on my way cause I got bills to pay. I'm tired as hell but I can't take no breaks. Nobody cares how I feel anyway. Late on my card note, I'm 3 months behind. These bill collectors keep calling my line. Take 2 steps forward and 3 steps behind. Drinking and smoking is just to get by. I'm trying to quit, hit my knees and I pray. Please send me love before I go insane. I can't help but feel this way, and I just want to escape. So take me away, away, away. Take me away, away, away. Take me away, away. Let's fly away, and I can hear my soul in Christ. Take me away, away, away. Take me away, away. Let's fly far away. Chemtrails in the sky make it so hard to breathe. Turn on my TV and all that I see is violence, and my people are dying, and the news keep on lying, and everybody's trying to keep up with reality stars, blowing your money on cars and acting like you're a star. I'm telling you it's all lies, y'all better open your eyes. We about to run out of time, but y'all don't pay me no mind. See the state of my people makes me wanna break down and cry, so all I can do is use this music to prophesy and pray that they see. But nobody's hearing me, and I just want to be free. So take me away, away, away. Take me away, away, away. Take me away, away. Let's fly away, and I can hear my soul in Christ. Take me away, away, away. Take me away, away. Let's fly far away. Let's run away and never look back. We could escape. I just wanna go where it's warm outside. No clouds in my sky, and there is no weight on my back. It's a new day. I just wanna go, and I just wanna fly. So take me away, away, away. Take me away, away, away. Take me away, away. Let's fly away, and I can hear my soul in Christ. Take me away, away, away. Take me away, away. Let's fly far away. Take me away, away, away,
Oh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Look, if you roll with me, it's stiff. If you roll with me, it's solid. I I got a scholarship, I went to UNT, then I brought my whole hood to college. Look, half my partners Moabite, but I treat them just like fam. Don't ever get it confused, I love God, but you can still catch these hands. Look, Papa's told me I'm the man, I just chose to believe him. I met God, got real with fat, then I told the Papas I don't need them. Gave them early dismissal, earned my stripes like officials. I don't flow, boy, I spit epistles for all my partners packing pistols. Eat the beat to the gristle, spit it out, catch the next one. I use peace for direction, ain't got peace for protection. Ooh, haters peep the progression, they get salty like Epson. Sweater style ambidextrous, all my dogs fly Jetson. And it ain't no lie, and they gonna ride. We create the time. My dog's from the H, Astro. Got my psyche from Maslow. You the type that they blast at, I'm the type that they blast for. About to cause a fiasco. Cop some merch, help my cash flow. Trash rappers, getting sunned. This the hate, I'm your dad flow. Everything I do macro, not micro. I'm a cyclone when the mic's on in the dice roll. They say I ate like an iPhone. I'm just trying to hit milestones. Devil call, he get down tone. I glow like Prince Hakeem and Fat my queen. She out here getting her Lisa McDowell on. And it ain't no lie, and she down the ride. We create the time. Yeah, look, catch the wave like a short drift. Flow on point like a swordfish. I need all trash rap to forfeit. Every beat I touch make the Morgs list. Mike bout to be on the Forbes list. Jeff got the flame like the torch lit, and we was raised to box like a forklift. Oh, yeah. So watch how you handle a king. Swear to God, in my school days I wasn't too saved. I Blue Jays, no Canada team. Ooh. Yeah. Now the manner which I use my country grandma make them speak in tongues like Pounder. Ooh, they believe in me like Santa. Ooh, got the juice like Tropicana. Ooh, my partners touch my weight than Vanna. Ooh, hopefully they meet Hosanna. Ooh, me and Fat, they cold as tandem. Ooh, mama low key on a phantom. Ooh, me and Reese be hella random. Ooh, they should play this like the anthem. Ooh, they should play this like the anthem. And it ain't no lie, and we down the ride. We create the time.
And your brother K. Judah wanna say